had the
And we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, good morning, everyone. Apologize for the tardiness. It's a little bit rough coming in today.
It was a 1 hour commute this morning.
Yeah, whereas I was saying to John, we're both coming in, and I was on Fulton Street at 9 o'clock. So was John, and I don't know. We couldn't get the people will wait. They'll hold up traffic to wait on a meter. So, anyways.
Well, left the house this morning at 8:15.
Mm-hmm.
Took an hour to get here this morning. So people just don't know how to drive,
Yeah.
and then they like to rubberneck. I sat at Fifth Avenue for like 14 minutes and got to the accident that was at Fifth Avenue, and it was firefighters sweeping up from the accident that had already been there, and people just sitting and watching the firefighters sweep up the glass on the street. So it's maddening. So anyway, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome and introduce a special guest this morning. I had the privilege of working with Nadia Kosfin when she served as a chairperson for the New American Advisory Council initiative, and she did just a tremendous job and has been a tremendous leader for Central Ohio in every way that I could possibly think of in that role. Everyone in our community benefits from her leadership as director and co-founder of Us Together, a mutual assistance agency, meaning it was started and is still run by former refugees even to this very day. Nadia has been working with immigrant and refugee populations since 1993, and she co-founded Us Together in 2003, addressing various needs and services which have developed as a result of Franklin County's growing refugee and immigrant population. It should be noted that Central Ohio is one of the fastest growing counties in not just Ohio, but in the Midwest, and a lot of that is due to people of color coming to Central Ohio. And the growth over the next 20 years is expected to be over 1 million people in Franklin County, Central Ohio. And a great portion of that is going to continue to be people of color. And so the idea of that this community is made up of refugees, immigrants, and in many ways we're all immigrants through various backgrounds. And so Central Ohio is going to continue to be that. But thank you for being with us this morning, Nadia. Please share with our audience some of your work that you do with Us Together and introduce the fellows that you have with you this morning from Bulgaria and Slovakia. Welcome, Nadia, and I'll let you introduce everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and thank you very much for having us today at the general session. Well, since starting our organization in 2003, we've really grown. And in 2007, we went through a merger with Columbus International Program, which has been in business for 45 years. And Columbus International Program was really famous for promoting cultural understanding and intercultural exchange, bringing delegations here to the United States to learn and to give us an opportunity to learn from foreign professionals. And so today I invited here our international professionals. We have Andrea and Sveti, Nina, and Isaiah Baker, who is VISTA coordinating our New American Advisory here in Columbus. And Nina is from Bulgaria, and she's here on a long-term professional training in project planning and has been with us since last September. Andrea and Sveti are here for a short-term training funded by the State Department. Their training is a two-way exchange program for professionals and leaders from the United States, Bulgaria, and Slovakia. And the first step of this program starts with these international fellows coming to the United States for professional development opportunities with host organizations around the country. And this year, Us Together is acting as a mentor for these fellows and help them to learn American methods in shaping participatory democracy in communities while also we learn from them. Sveti works for the mayor of Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria, and she has created effective social programs for orphans and vulnerable youth. Andrea works at a nonprofit in Slovakia that helps refugees and minorities. In addition to that, she has co-founded a community center which hosts events that promote tolerance of minorities in Slovakia. They're here in Ohio for less than a month, and so we are grateful for the opportunity to bring them here to this meeting so that they can learn how government in the United States works. And I want to give them opportunity to talk a little bit what they've learned in the last months. Thank you.
Great.
Come on, just stand up.
Hello,
Hello.
it's a bit lower. I'm from Slovakia, Andrea, so I work with refugees and migrants. And the thing I learned here, there was so much stuff all together, and now we are about to sum it up in these last 2 days. So that's quite hard. But for me, what is nice to explore here, that the situation back home in Europe and here, it's pretty much the same if we talk about the issues and problems and the thing we have with refugees and migrants and minorities. So I was expecting coming here and that it would be very different. But then I came here and saw like it's very much the same. So we can apply many things I've seen here back home. And we were also like kind of trying to apply things which we maybe use back in Europe. But it's nice to look to someone who is experienced for more years than we are with my country. Slovakia is post-socialistic country, so it takes always a bit longer time to make things done, especially with the minority topics, unfortunately. So this is what I kind of learned here, and also I'm about to start there the social entrepreneurship with refugees. So I had the chance to see many organizations here who do this, but also it was nice to see from the level like city commission or like where we are now, because I'm also a member of culture commission back home in my city. So it's nice to see the difference and how to apply it back home. So it's just hard to sum it up now.
That was
Thank
good.
you.
That was good.
Hello everyone, I'm Sveti, I'm from Bulgaria. I'm part of the team of the mayor, so I work with her, but beside that I do a social project for children without parents. And I'm very happy that I'm here in United States because I have the opportunity to exchange experience with non-profit organizations here, and I can learn so many things. I don't know what to say more, but yes, I'm happy and thank you for opportunity to be here with you.
Thank you.
So hi everyone, I'm Nina. I'm also from Bulgaria. I'm from a separate program, as Nadia said. My program is long term, so I have been here for over a year. I'll take this opportunity actually to make the point that international exchange do matter. And in the 70s and the 80s, there was so much funding for these exchanges, so individuals like me were pretty common. We probably meet them more often now. Unfortunately, money are not invested in this area. So, for example, my program is self-funded, so I came here just as part of my professional development. I found host organization, us together, and my focus is project planning. So for this year, I have learned enormous things, and I really grown, I think, as a person, as a professional. So, and I think what I will take back home is that to appreciate what we have. For example, we also have this kind of stereotype or idea that in the United States everything's perfect and it works perfectly, but Bulgarians also complain a lot. So I enjoyed working with Americans because they are by nature very positive, and friendly. At the same time, as we complain a lot, we always think that we are doing not so well, but actually in some areas, such as public transportation, I think we do pretty well. So it's a lot to summarize, but thank you for this opportunity. I hope you'll see more of us in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, okay. Okay, before we do that, I just want to say again, thank you for sharing your experiences today, but more importantly, investing in our community and investing in those relationships. Nadia, what you represent is a bridge and a gateway to this ongoing dialogue and conversation about how we can be a better and stronger Central Ohio. And that's really at the crux of what you represent and what you do. And to our guests, we are a nation of immigrants. We're all but a few generations moved from just arriving here. And one of, as I think Nina said very well, sometimes there's this image that things are really going really well in America. And that it depends on what your perspective and what you think. But I will say one of the greatest beauty, in my opinion, my small opinion, about being an American and being a citizen of the United States is that a democracy is always a work in progress. It's something that we strive to make better at all times. And while we debate and fight and are frustrated, and there are so many issues that we're tackling and dealing with at the national level and at the local level, quite frankly, I love the idea that we can change it. And embedded in our culture is the idea that every person has a vote, every person has an opinion, they're entitled to that. And it may not be that way that we've got it, but it's definitely something worth standing for and fighting for. And so thank you for being a part of our journey here and making our mosaic just a little brighter because of your contribution to it. So.
Well, we appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate you coming to observe and to learn. We value that. We value this board values the international experience. We are very much involved in that as well. I just got a couple months ago was just in Japan visiting our partners, some of the businesses that we do business with in Japan. But this board very much values the international relationships that we have. We value learning and gaining that experience from our international partners. We have, over the years, I've been and observed our partners in Japan, in India, in Spain, in Canada, plan to do some more work in the years to come in Denmark and maybe Taiwan. And our partners have been to Israel and Brazil and China, and so we think that that's important for us to be international, to have those international experience and those international relationships. And so we value you being here. We appreciate the experience that you're getting here and the things that you're learning while you're here. And so if there's anything that we can continue to do for you or help you with while you're here, please let us know. I guess now we want to do some
I think she wants to do a photo.
photos. We also appreciate Nadia. Nadia was a big help with us with our poverty work that we did. She was on our.
Well, coming from Western Europe myself, I'm so happy to see, Bulgarian solidarity representing. Thank you so much.
Here we go. I'm going to get a few pictures there. Hang on. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of October 10th, October 17th, 2019 briefing sessions, and October 17th, 2019 administrative session?
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
The minutes have been approved.
First, we have the engineer's office.
Resolution number 806-19, resolution authorizing the execution of a release of easement in the Minerva Park Subdivision Improvement Project, Blendon Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
My name is Cornell Robertson. Proud to serve as your Franklin County engineer, even the day after our first snow and ice event. That was a doozy. We jumped right into it with ice even, so.
Well, I live in the township, and my road was clear this morning, so.
Yeah, very good, very good.
I see you've got the No Shave November going again,
Yep.
so hang in there.
Yep. Inspired by you.
I know. It takes a little while.
I shaved on November 2nd because my neighbor passed, and I thought it'd be a little disrespectful to show up at his funeral without having shaved. But I haven't shaved since the morning of the 2nd.
It's coming in. Yeah.
This is. I saw my son yesterday, who hasn't shaved since August, and he's got a pretty scraggly looking beard. He's 20. Doesn't grow much at 20. It doesn't grow properly at 20. He was pretty jealous that this is,
For some of us, it doesn't grow
10
properly
days.
at 40 something. I get it.
He was pretty jealous yesterday. By the time we get to the end of the month, I'm going to look terrible. I look terrible every day, but I'm going to look really terrible. But
I know my wife in particular is not very happy with me, but I said Commissioner Boyce required it, and as of a year ago, and so she may be reaching out to you.
If only there were things I could require, happen.
Well, Commissioner Boyce did not require this of me. It's a men's health issue, and it's my brother passed a few years ago, and so I just thought it was something I'd do for the month of November. So.
Yes.
Yeah, for those who may not be
Awareness.
familiar, No Shave November is really about cancer wellness for men, particularly prostate cancer, but all cancer really. And it also is not just about men and prostate cancer, but really cancer in general. And so it's sort of our way of illustrating. I see Kovac's got his beard growing there. Yeah. And so it's really a good message and a cause. So yeah, it's good to have participation. So
Create the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
My wife said she liked it this morning. We'll see what she says in another week or so.
Commissioners, this first resolution is in the northeast part of Franklin County in Blendon Township. It's for a release of easement, and this particular subdivision, Minerva Park, had an access driveway for maintenance, and that access driveway is no longer needed, therefore the easement can be released.
All right, if there's no questions, I'll move approval of 806-19.
second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 806-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 807-19, resolution authorizing the Franklin County engineer to enter into a contract modification with Strasser Paving Company Incorporated for the City of Groveport, Village of Obetz resurfacing program, an increase of $310,163.08, totaling $3,078,946.39.
Commissioners, as stated, this resolution is for construction contract modification. It's for Strasser Paving and resurfacing program that's going on in the Village of Obetz in the City of Groveport. This particular change order is needed for unforeseen conditions along Rathmill Road and will be reimbursed 100% by the Village of Obetz.
If there's no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 807-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 807-19 has been adopted.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Resolution number 808-19, resolution authorizing an agreement with the City of Columbus Department of Municipal Court Judges for inmate transportation and security services to support the Medication Assistance Treatment, MAT, program within the Franklin County Correctional Facilities, totaling $247,535.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of
Morning.
Administrative Services, representing Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. Passage of this resolution approves an agreement with the City of Columbus to reimburse costs associated with the transportation of inmates in order to facilitate the MAT program. The contract will run through September 30th, 2021 with an expense cap of $247,535. Pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
That is one clean-shaven fellow over there. I will move approval of Resolution 80819 with no questions.
It'd probably take me a year to look like you, Commissioner Grady. Let's put it that way.
Second.
Sorry. Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 808-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Emergency Management Agency.
Resolution number 809-19, resolution authorizing a contract with Citizen Aid of North America Incorporated for the provision of the delivery and supply of patient treatment trauma kits totaling $350,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Young representing Franklin County Emergency Management Planning and
Jeff.
Security.
Morning.
Freshly shaven this morning, so I'll have to take that beating. I've got a sample for you because a picture paints 1,000 words. As I go through this, pass that along so you can kind of see what I'm trying to describe. Before you is a resolution to approve a contract with Citizen Aid of North America to provide public treatment kits to be distributed to first responders for use at mass casualty incidents. The Regional Homeland Security Project is based upon our study of a variety of national level incidents, particularly the 2017 Las Vegas shooting, where the after-action report spoke to the high volume of victims as well as a high volume of attendees, lending aid that included off-duty law enforcement, fire, EMS, military, ex-military, and medical personnel attempting to provide immediate first aid, but the availability of supplies was quickly exhausted or not readily available, forcing them to use makeshift supplies. These kits will be packaged in drop kits. This is one right here, of 6 of those sealed kits for individual use. They'll be made available to public safety agencies throughout our region so that they can be dropped or distributed to victims for self-treatment and the general public to utilize to begin life-saving treatment almost immediately, while still allowing the first arriving units to focus on their primary roles of stopping the act of violence, exercising command and control, and securing the overall incident scene. Our hope is that this also has the benefit of allowing a high volume of immediate care to begin, while allowing responding fire and EMS units to focus on the most critical injuries and transports. This contract is funded through a state Homeland Security grant with a not-to-exceed amount of $350,000 and will allow us to purchase and distribute 900 to 1,000 of these drop bags across the 15-county Homeland Security region, with the distribution being based upon each county's population. In working with Franklin County Purchasing, we crafted an RFP requesting proposals on patient treatment kits, focusing on the desire to have an already developed and available sealed kit with the appropriate contents that is easily opened and easily used in a variety of stressful and potentially low visibility settings. The required contents include items such as gauze, pressure dressing, tourniquets, gloves, trauma scissors, a marker, and instructions. We received 10 proposals and utilized several emergency care subject matter experts from Central Ohio to evaluate each proposal. This group included Central Ohio Trauma Systems, the Columbus Fire Division, and the City of Delaware Division of Fire. Citizen Aid was scored as having the best and lowest proposal, utilizing the required evaluation criteria. Citizen Aid kits are also currently distributed to multiple Central Ohio school systems within the region, as well as the John Glenn Airport, and have been purchased by Franklin County Public Health for use in other school system projects. With the approval of this contract, we will place quarterly orders for drop bags and will begin distribution, providing some initial bags to each county within our region, as well as the Columbus Police Division, Franklin County Sheriff's Office, the Ohio State University Police, and the Columbus Fire Division for placement on special duty vehicles. Throughout 2020, we will continue to receive these quarterly deliveries, making them available to public safety agencies. I'll gladly answer any questions or ask for your approval of this resolution.
So you said there were 900,000 of these?
900 to 1,000.
900 to 1,000. I was gonna say.
A bag of 6 kits like this roughly retails for about $330.
Okay. All right. If there's no other questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 80919.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 809-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Franklin County Children's Services.
Resolution number 810-19. Resolution authorizing a transfer of non-general fund appropriations related to capital expenditures.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Alice Maddox, CFO for Children's Services. I have with me Ellen Clapp. She's our
Congratulations.
Director of Finance.
Congratulations on the election.
Thank you. Thank you. The county was extremely supportive of us this time through. I'm before you asking for a transfer of funds from our materials and services roll-up area and transferring it to our capital area. There were some items that we were going to do in 2018 that rolled over to 2019, so the dollars that we'd budgeted in our capital area was used earlier in the year.
Great. There's no questions. I'll move approval of Resolution 81019.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 810-19 has been adopted.
Thanks.
Thank you. Data center.
Resolution number 811-19. Resolution authorizing a transfer of general fund appropriations for the purchase of capital hardware.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning.
Julie Lust with the Franklin County Data Center. With me today is Adam Frumkin, the Data Center CIO. This resolution is for a transfer of funds from professional services to capital equipment made possible by savings associated with the data center's move from contracted services to full-time employees as a means of maintaining the Franklin County's IT infrastructure. The capital funds will be utilized to expand our virtual server environment, allowing us to support current projects and moving the auditor and recorder's offices to the county's centralized services managed by the data center. We thank Auditor Stinziano, Recorder O'Connor, and their IT teams for this collaboration, which will result in cost savings as well as an increase in efficiency and security. Pending any questions, we do respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there's no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81119.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 811-19 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
And I'd just like to thank both of you and everybody else for supporting of No Shave November. I'm a 2-year survivor of prostate cancer moving forward, and I don't do the month because of my wife's concern and doesn't like it. So I let her slide with that. So, but I appreciate it.
Good. Congratulations.
It's not for everybody.
Thank you.
You know, as we're calling, go ahead and
Veteran Services.
as we're calling up the next agency, for our guests that are here from overseas, and for, I guess, anybody that's in the crowd watching that doesn't watch us on a regular basis, you know, we brief the meeting on Thursday, and so we have a meeting the previous week to ask a lot of questions and to go over the agenda and to do all the discussion that we might need. Plus, we meet with our agency folks and have regular conversations. And so if it seems like, you know, we're kind of rushing through things, or if we're not asking enough questions or whatever, it's we've really done a lot of this in advance beforehand. And so if it seems odd to you guys that we're not grilling these folks and asking them a ton of questions, it's because we've done that previously.
Resolution number 812-19. Resolution authorizing a transfer of general fund appropriations for the support of veterans.
Good morning, Commissioners. Buck Bramblish, Executive Director of the Veteran Service Commission. This resolution provides medical transportation services for our veterans, everything from normal medical appointments up through treatments for cancer and dialysis and such. This additional support will allow us to continue this through the end of the year.
Great. Well, if there's no further questions, happy belated Veterans Day, by the way.
Thank you.
If there's no further questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81219.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 812-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 813-19. Resolution authorizing the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services Director to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Columbus Public Health for on-site case management services.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Assistant Director with Job and Family Services. Per the terms of the MOU, an agency case manager will be stationed on-site at Columbus Public Health on Parsons Avenue facility 2 days per week to assist in determining residents' eligibility for public assistance programs. While we anticipate the majority of cases will be related to Medicaid, the case manager will also provide on-site assistance for applications for food assistance, Ohio Works First Cash assistance, and PRC emergency assistance. Staff will also leverage the Columbus Public Health Department on-site interpreters to ensure language is not a barrier to on-site services. The MOU contains an option to renew or extend it based upon the mutual agreement of Columbus Public Health and the Board of Commissioners. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81319.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 813-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 814-19. Resolution approving 2 subaward agreements with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Ohio Incorporated and City Year Columbus for youth mentoring and academic support programming in the amount of $280,000.
Big Brothers Big Sisters matches caring adult mentors with at-risk children who may be struggling academically or in need of adult guidance, role models, or friendship. Mentors in the community-based program meet with their littles individually at least twice a month. Adults in the in-school based program meet once a week with their mentees, doing lunch, taking part in structured activities and focused on areas like character development, academics, and providing individual guidance. Under the proposed contract, the Big Brothers Big Sisters will seek to match approximately 260 youth with caring adult mentors. Through the Whole School, Whole Child program, City Year highly trained AmeriCorps members provide students with individualized support and interventions to help struggling students get back on track and stay on track with their peers. The AmeriCorps members do everything from welcoming students to class each morning, leading small group tutoring sessions, to providing individualized mentoring and leading after-school programming. Over the contract year, City Year served as an estimated 668 students in 3rd through 8th grades at Trevitt Elementary and Champion Middle Schools on the Near East Side. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81419.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 814-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 815-19. Resolution approving 2 subaward agreements with Columbus Urban League and Community Mediation Services of Central Ohio for financial education and housing stabilization services totaling $500,000.
Over the past decade, Franklin County has become a majority renter county. According to research by the Kirwan Institute conducted during the development of the Rise Together blueprint, more than half of residents and often over 75% in our lowest asset neighborhoods are rent cost burdened, meaning they spend more than 30% of their income on rent. Columbus Mediation Services provides support for TANF-eligible customers facing eviction as a part of our broader strategy to help combat homelessness. Their 2-hour eviction prevention education workshop targets tenants at high risk for eviction and those experiencing homelessness who would be seeking housing in the future. This funding will allow Columbus Mediation to continue to provide both tenant-landlord mediation and eviction prevention training for TANF-eligible residents at the courthouse and through community-based trainings. The Columbus Urban League 700 Credit Score Initiative is a financial education workshop designed to work with low-income residents across Franklin County to focus on credit, debt, and budgeting and savings, all essential components to improve credit scores. The program mixes classes with one-on-one coaching and certified financial counselors who can help develop monthly budgets and individualized financial action plans. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions, I will move approval of 81519.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 815-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 816-19. Resolution approving a contract agreement with Access to Interpreters, LLC for interpretation and translation services totaling $1,441,153.19.
Over the past several decades, Franklin County's new American population has grown significantly, whether through immigration, secondary migration, or refugee resettlement. Under Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, our agency must provide meaningful access to our programs to limited English proficient or LEP customers. We have contracted with an outside provider to meet those federal requirements and released our most recent request for proposals this past summer. Access to Interpreters was selected through a competitive bid process for a 1-year term with options to extend the agreement by 2 additional 1-year terms. Access to interpreters will provide over-the-phone interpretation services along with scheduled weekly on-site interpretation at each of our 3 opportunity centers. They will also provide document translation services for agency forms and brochures. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81619.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 816-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 817-19. Resolution approving a contract agreement with Dress for Success Columbus for workplace suiting program totaling $95,000.
Women referred to Dress for Success are able to access professional development training, soft skills workshops, one-on-one career counseling, interview training, and more through the Dress for Success Career Center. They also are paired with a professional stylist who helps them select professional outfits, accessories, personal care products, and more from their suiting boutique so that they can look and feel their best for their upcoming interviews. Over the last contract, Dress for Success suited approximately 475 women. Dress for Success has also begun visiting each of our opportunity centers on a monthly basis to take on-site customer referrals. Under the proposed agreement, Dress for Success will target 475 eligible women. This resolution also supports Goal 4 of the Rise Together Blueprint, improving and increasing the delivery of supportive services to individuals to access employment. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
If there are no questions, I'll move approval of 81719.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 817-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vivian.
Resolution number 818-19. Resolution authorizing the approval of 15 fiscal year 2019 U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development funded grant agreements to provide community development services to Franklin County residents totaling $1,795,875.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning, joined today by Mark Paxson, our Community Development Administrator, who will deliver the notes on this particular resolution.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
On June 4th, 2019, the Board of Commissioners approved Resolution 41719, which adopted the county's 2019 Annual Action Plan to HUD. This is a plan which identifies what programs the county intends to fund with dollars HUD has granted it. The 3 programs the county receives grant allocations under are Community Development Block Grant, which benefits primarily low-income individuals, the Home Partnership Program for affordable housing opportunities, and the Emergency Solutions Grant, which provides homelessness prevention. This resolution will entail the approval of 15 action plan contracts, which were approved under the June resolution. The programs were adopted under a transparent process. Additionally, they support the Board of Commissioners' anti-poverty initiative. Of the $1.8 million in contracts, $1 million is for affordable housing, $240,000 for public services, $225,000 for economic development, $242,000 for homelessness prevention, and $100,000 for fair housing services.
All right. Great work. If there's no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81819.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 818-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Committee partnerships.
Thank you.
Resolution number 819-19. Resolution authorizing a one-year contract with Red, White, and Boom Incorporated to promote tourism in Franklin County, totaling $30,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dana McCrary, Community Partnerships.
Morning.
This resolution serves really as a cold and cruel reminder of the beautiful weather that we used to have in July when this actual event took place. We hit some snags along the road and were not able to approve this contract, recommend the contract for approval before the actual event took place in July. So we're kind of circling back around and approving funding for the Red, White, and Boom event that took place in warm, sunny July. So pending any questions, I would request approval of this resolution.
I tell you, I had such a nasty hot summer. New Orleans, Vegas, St. Petersburg, Japan, Maryland for that softball tournament. I don't miss it. This weather's fine. This weather's fine with me. I woke up this morning, I was okay with this weather, I'll be honest with you. I did my share of sweating this year. I'm good.
I
I'm good.
disagree.
That's okay. You're allowed, it's okay. I am fine. I'm over the heat in the summer, I'm done with it. So, anyway, if there's no further comments or questions, I will move approval of 8/19/19.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number
It is going to be
8/19-19.
miserable cold on Thursday night this week in Cleveland when the Browns beat the Steelers. So.
Resolution.
Excuse me for 1 second, a point of correction. I actually don't care about football, but I feel like I should stand up for the Steelers since I was born and raised in Pittsburgh.
I like the city of Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
I hate the Steelers.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead. Resolution 8/2019.
Hold on.
No comment.
Resolution number 8/19-19 has been adopted. Thank you. Resolution number 8/20-19. Resolution authorizing a contract amendment with the Affordable Housing Trust for Columbus and Franklin County to support the production of affordable housing units totaling $73,778.15.
Commissioners, when we project the permissive real estate fees that will come in for 2019, that really was a projection that was made at the end of 2018, and we found that we collected $73,778.15 additional cents that are due to the Affordable Housing Trust to fulfill our obligation of 1/2 of the permissive real estate conveyance fee. So pending any questions, I would request approval of this resolution.
Great. If there's no comments, move approval of Resolution 8/2019.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 8/20-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Child support enforcement.
Resolution number 8/21-19. Resolution authorizing a consultant contract with Herzog and Associates LLC for professional consulting services totaling $46,750.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Susan Brown, Director representing the Child Support Enforcement Agency. This resolution requests your consideration in approving a contract with John Herzog and Associates LLC beginning November 1st, 2019 through October 31st, 2020 in an amount not to exceed $46,750. This contract follows federal guidelines for professional software consulting services and is eligible for federal financial reimbursement. The purpose of the contract is to reimburse Herzog for professional IT consulting services associated with the maintenance of existing automated systems, the development and expansion of current technology, and to integrate current business process management systems with the agency's on-base document management system. Each unit of service for this contract is defined as an hour or a portion of an hour it takes to perform the services as outlined in the contract, and Herzog's been providing services to the Franklin County CSEA since approximately 2004, has contributed to automating many of our manual processes, improve customer service, and performance success. Pending any questions, I request this resolution be approved.
If there's no questions, move approval of Resolution 8/2119.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 8/21-19 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Human Resources.
Oh, I'm sorry. Human Resources.
Resolution number 822-19, resolution authorizing the county administrator to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the City of Whitehall for training and development services.
Good morning, Commissioners. Humera Kokar representing the Department of Human Resources. The City of Whitehall desires their employees to attend training courses offered by Franklin County Office of Learning and Staff Development. The Board of Commissioners would allow such attendance. The City of Whitehall agrees to pay $75 per training session per employee. This agreement is going to be for 12 months and can be extended for 6 months, additional 6 months at the request of City of Whitehall. Pending any questions, I respectfully request approval of this resolution.
Great. If there's no questions, move approval of Resolution 8/2219.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 822-19 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next thing, purchasing.
Resolution number 823-19, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies totaling $1,747,015.12.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing.
Marley Swicker, Small and Emerging Business Coordinator.
This resolution seeks approval of 127 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding.
This resolution includes 39 eligible purchase orders totaling approximately $359,000. These purchase orders are for goods and services that have a higher likelihood of participation by small and emerging business enterprises. Of these, 19 were awarded to small and emerging businesses, totaling $102,619.58, which is 49% of the eligible PO volume and 29% of the eligible PO dollar value.
Pending any questions, we recommend approval of this resolution.
If there's no questions, move approval of 82319.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 823-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 824-19, resolution authorizing a non-general fund transfer of appropriations for the provision and maintenance of zoological park services and facilities.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Telerik with the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution authorizes a transfer of appropriations from materials and services to grants within the Zoological Park Fund in order to process the final payment to the Columbus Zoo before the end of the year. Pending any questions, would ask your approval of this resolution.
There's no questions, move approval of resolution 82419.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce. Resolution number 824-19 has been adopted.
Any journalizations?
There are two, Commissioner. An expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX-25-19, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on November 5th, 2019. The petition is requesting to annex 0.5 plus or minus acres from Sharon Township to the City of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on December 10th, 2019, Site 225 Oak Street, PID number 250-005826. Case number ANX 26-19, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition ANX-26-19 was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on November 6, 2019. The petition is requesting to annex 0.464 plus or minus acres from Franklin Township to the City of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on December 10, 2019, Site 2238 Gantz Road, PID number 140-0072224.
Great. That concludes our business. Thank you so much for being here today.